Imagine moving into your dream apartment, new beginnings, a fresh start. But what if something dark, something unexplainable, was lurking just beyond the walls? This is the story of Emma, a young woman who thought she found the perfect place to call home. But as the days passed, strange occurrences began to unravel, and soon, the apartment would become a nightmare she couldn't escape. Tonight, we dive into the eerie story of the shadow at the end of the hall. Emma had just moved into her first apartment, a modest one-bedroom in an old building downtown. It wasn't much, but it was hers, and she loved the creaky wooden floors and tall windows that let in the morning light. The landlord had mentioned that the building was over a century old and had character. Emma thought it added charm, at least until the strange occurrences began. The first night, she heard faint footsteps in the hall outside her door. She dismissed it as a neighbor, but when she peeked through the peephole, the hallway was empty. Shrugging it off, she went to bed. Over the following weeks, little things started happening. Lights she was sure she'd turned off would be on when she came home. Objects seemed to move slightly. Her keys weren't where she left them. A book fell from a shelf without explanation. She blamed it on her own forgetfulness, laughing it off with her friends. But one evening, something happened that she couldn't ignore. She was lying on the couch, scrolling through her phone, when she saw movement out of the corner of her eye. At the end of the hall leading to her bedroom, a shadowy figure stood, just barely visible in the dim light. Emma froze, her heart pounding. "Hello?" she called, her voice trembling. No answer. She sat up, gripping her phone tightly. The figure didn't move, but it seemed to be watching her, even though it had no discernible features. Summoning her courage, she turned on the hallway light. In an instant, the figure vanished, leaving her staring at an empty hallway. She tried to convince herself it was a trick of the light or her tired eyes, but she couldn't shake the feeling that she wasn't alone. That night, she locked her bedroom door and slept with the lights on. Over the next few days, the activity escalated. At night, she would wake up to the sound of whispering, faint but unmistakable, coming from the living room. Her cat, Luna, began hissing at empty corners and refusing to enter certain rooms. One night, Emma decided to record the whispers on her phone. She set it on the coffee table and went to bed. The next morning, she played back the recording. At first, there was nothing but static, then faint whispers, indistinct but chilling. And then, clear as day, a raspy voice whispered her name. Emma. That was enough. Emma packed a bag and left the apartment that day, staying with a friend while she searched for a new place. When she told her landlord about the events, his face paled. "You're not the first tenant to say something like that," he admitted reluctantly. "The building's old, it has a history." Emma never returned to the apartment. Months later, she heard from another tenant that the strange occurrences continued, with other residents reporting similar experiences. The whispers, the moving objects, the shadowy figure. It seemed the apartment had a story of its own, one Emma was glad she didn't stick around to uncover. To this day, Emma can't explain what happened in that apartment. But sometimes, when she's alone in her new place, she swears she feels the same uneasy sensation, like someone or something is watching.